Hello, everybody. Welcome to another episode of the MI podcast. So, on the MI podcast, I've covered a lot of topics, marketing and media related. I am a marketing professional. So, when I had started this podcast, also, the thought was that, what you know about first, you kind of start and talk about that. Then people within your domain, it's easier to connect to and, call them on the podcast. So, that's what I got like a very good response from people I reached out to, and I thank all of them who came on the podcast. I've had obviously a lot of online ones when I started off. Also, it was like purely online. You're having it because obviously it's a little bit difficult at that time to get people on like on location and all. But if you have seen like I've already done 4 or 5 episodes where on location we have kind of shot. So going forward there will be like a lot of episodes like that, but obviously people are from other cities, they will be online, and there are a lot of other many interesting people from other cities as well. So today's topic is specific to LinkedIn content. So we as working professionals, especially marketing and media related, they are very active on LinkedIn. I mean, uh, within India, if you say the most amount of people who are utilizing LinkedIn is marketing and media professionals, and in general, I feel LinkedIn is a great tool to connect with working professional, because people are in that space of looking at business opportunities, looking at things which are interesting for their particular business, connecting with people who are within their domain, also connecting with people obviously business related, that be offering your services or talking about the different things and aspects of your business and your industry. So, content strategy on LinkedIn is kind of the first thing I would say for any young working professional. It's not that necessary to have like be active on say Instagram or YouTube or have a channel and all, but on LinkedIn somewhere or the other, it's very focused towards your career, because even if you are a normal corporate working professional, this is something which people look into when they're hiring you, or they kind of want to see what kind of work you have done. So whether it's your profile or your posts, or kind of how you maybe interact, because on LinkedIn, the unique thing that platform is that you can see everything that you do on that particular, once you are connected with that person, whether it's your post, your reactions, what photos you put, videos, it all kind of comes out. So if people are associating them, they kind of have a look at that also. So actively, passively, in all kind of aspects, people are kind of looking at what you're doing on LinkedIn. It's very important to have a proper strategy per se on that. And even more important, when you are in proper position of power, whether you're a CEO, you're a senior management professional, whether you have your own agency or business or anything. So you have to have a particular strategy, and we are observing that people are getting pretty active on it. The quality of the content, everything is kind of and also the volume is kind of increasing on the same. So we have with us Kanishka Gopal. Thanks a lot for joining me, Kanishka.
My pleasure, Aman, my pleasure.
Yes, and specifically Kanishka we have here because she is, an online coach with respect to and having a specialization in LinkedIn content. So I think Kanishka, you help, professionals to their for their content strategy on LinkedIn per se.
Yes, exactly.
That's right. That's it. So Kanishka, just a little bit about yourself to the audience. You can tell about, your education and currently like what kind of services you provide.
Yeah, I think most of us can relate to my story because I'm an engineer turned writer. I started as a writer, so I passed out last year. So just directly started freelancing. When I was started, I had no clue about LinkedIn, like how the algorithm works, how the content works, who cities, blah blah blah. I don't know anything about it. I just wrote what that came to my mind, and fortunate enough, I got leads from that. So, but one time it started feeling like monotonous. The content writing was feeling monotonous to me. So what I thought, okay, LinkedIn, I just know the algorithm, so why can't I provide this as a service? So I started position myself as a content LinkedIn content writer, as a ghostwriter. So it's been 8 months. So since I'm doing it, so the process
That's right.
goes like
That's right. So, Kanishka, the like what put you like want to specialize within LinkedIn? Obviously, I we all in marketing know that when it's better to have a niche, right? Because in terms of your content and services, and your conversion rate increases when there is, it shows like you have a very specific services for a specific TG. So how did you kind of come down to that LinkedIn content marketing is something that you wanted to do?
Actually, I started as a B2B writer, B2B SaaS content writer. So I had interest in marketing. So I thought of, okay, like I know this niche, I know how the people will react to certain content. So that's when I niched down to marketing, and I started
Hmm.
helping people who are into marketing and who are into sales, and some coaches as well who are providing services like me. So I'm helping them to create content, like teaching the ways that they can create it, how this human psychology works in the content and everything. So this is the entire service that I'm providing.
That's right. I think it's something a case where you are very active on LinkedIn since you are a writer seeking work, and somewhere you've kind of found out, or like you looked into it, bit of research, and there was an interest like what clicks with people on LinkedIn, right? You even as a consumer when you're using it a lot, you
Yes.
kind of get to know certain patterns which are there. Then you even have putting your own content and seeing what is clicking, and something you feel you have a knack of it that maybe you can even in terms of suggest to others also what is really working on this particular platform.
Right now, like more creators are creating content, the thing that works the best is storytelling, definitely, because people will connect to storytelling. So when you are sharing your story, your struggles, your failures, only, not only the victory part, but also how you face a certain challenges, how you are creating your content, how you are overcoming it, how you are positioning yourself. So these kind of content with authenticity is working good on LinkedIn now.
That's right. That's right. Yeah, I think LinkedIn, the in terms of a strategy, like which you observe, like the senior management position professionals, they are earlier maybe they used to post like a business. Now it's more like a creator, your opinions, information sharing. Like, how do you think that transition has taken place?
Actually, like what happened is when people are reading the LinkedIn, actually this is a professional platform, but the people here are looking for getting information in your perspective, because
Hmm.
people can get information anywhere, because it is on Google, it is on multiple other social media, there are multiple news sites and even ChatGPT. So when people are reading content on LinkedIn, they need some perspective from you. So when you are sharing content as a business perspective, people hardly relate to it because it is just a news as it is. But you
Hmm.
are telling your perspective, you are adding your personality to it, people will connect more. So to get in front of people and to stand out between other creators and other competitions, you need to show your personality and show your perspective in terms of content creation. So that is a shift that is taking place now.
That's right. So Kanishka, about like say the LinkedIn platform itself, what is unique about it in terms of your strategy that you have to use? How does it differ from other platforms? So like even if you are creating content, it shouldn't be the case that I'm creating a content piece putting the same on Instagram, YouTube, and LinkedIn. Like how does it have to differ for LinkedIn?
Yeah, every social platform has its own unique pros and cons. I feel like LinkedIn is professionally built for professional audience. This means you have more opportunity to connect to professional people. You'll get the
Hmm.
chance to be in front of the people who are into this professional world. So when you
Hmm.
are creating
Yeah,
for
in that
LinkedIn,
space as well, where they
yeah,
are in that place of working and they're absorbing things about their work. Like even if you are sitting, in the morning time and you're on LinkedIn, like as a marketing person, you're looking at consuming things which is within your domain. Like you're in the work focused time of your day.
I didn't get the question. Can you please come again?
No, no, I'm saying that the basically you are in that work focused time when you're on LinkedIn in say the daytime. So your content also has more chances of people reading it. Like it doesn't have to be appealing in a very entertaining form. So to gain the traction, like it has. If it's giving that educational value also, and there's a little bit more effort they have to put to consume it, people will still do it.
Yes. For now, LinkedIn is becoming like more casual platform because the tone of your brand definitely depends, because there are too many people who are going into funny side and they are still building their brands, and there are people who are too serious like Justin Welch, and they are also building their brand. So the tone now it totally depends, and when you create your community kind of people, the brand should be based on that. it just has to reflect your personality. So that's the thing that matters here.
That's right. Anything specific, like where if we take a comparative, like a particular content piece and how it would differ if it's put on LinkedIn, Instagram, and YouTube?
I'm repurposing from just Instagram to LinkedIn just like that. But
Hmm.
on LinkedIn, what matters is the way you create, the way you capture the attention. Definitely,
Hmm.
it won't differ much from platform to platform, but the structure will differ when you're coming to LinkedIn. Say, for example, if
Hmm.
you're posting carousel, the structure will different because on other platform you can only post 10 slides, but on LinkedIn you can post more. So these kind of
Hmm.
things, but I don't think that is like huge difference on this tone and everything. Now it is
Hmm.
getting normalized as more and more people are just at creating in LinkedIn. So this is
Hmm.
kind of similar. Like you can own your brand, like brand tone.
That's right. Yeah, I observe that, say on Instagram, if you have a post about majorly your thoughts or your opinion, and mostly it's within text, but just the hook is the visual image, that will not work so much because people are not ready to read on Instagram, right? But on LinkedIn, if you have that hook of the visual piece, and then the person is ready to read. So the difference would be, I feel on Instagram everything has to be visually showcased,
Yes,
but on
definitely.
LinkedIn the hook only has to be visual, like he at least, because they are ready to read on Instagram, so I'm
Yes,
sorry, on LinkedIn. So
on
that is,
LinkedIn.
I
Yes,
think, a unique benefit. I think that is what is helping. See, because going forward, I mean, now it's becoming easier to, with say Canva and all, to create
Def-
your visuals and all that, your fancy images, your banners you can create, like they already have templates and all. But it has been, I mean, the whole thing, it's not like as a designer you have to go about it. Like on LinkedIn, it's okay, you have a good image somewhere talking about the topic, which can be easily created on Canva, and then it's all about what you have written about the particular
yes,
thing, its opinion or any industry piece or anything. So yeah, I think this is the benefit. Like I feel on LinkedIn, you have a higher chance of that growth that is there. I feel within that, even if you are talking in a serious tone or something like informational, Instagram, YouTube is still, I would say, 70% tak it has to be in that entertaining space. Even if
yes.
it's you are a professional in a particular domain, talking about HR, sales, marketing, and all a serious thing, it has to be made in entertaining. Like if you have a video, also you'll have multi cuts, editing, high level of editing and visuals and all that used. LinkedIn, I don't think they will. Even on videos, I think. What is your opinion on that? A video on LinkedIn compared to other platforms?
Recently, even LinkedIn said that we are prioritizing videos. So
Hmm.
those who are creating videos are seeing like better reach when comparing to other kind of post. But it definitely depends on the profile as well. Because for my post, my particular brand, the videos are not performing good. But another creator is there. He
Hmm.
started posting like multiple videos. Gradually, he started experiencing like 10x boost. So with
Hmm.
consistency, video will also perform on your
But then, is
profile.
there anything specifically LinkedIn like this? You have to create video compared to an Instagram or a YouTube.
No, even on LinkedIn, there is no much editing needed. It has to be simple. That's it. It has to convey
Hmm.
the value because people here are ready to read it.
Hmm.
On Instagram,
Below
we
the
need to
description and all.
just.
That's right. Yeah, yeah. That is there. I mean, you don't have to have that level of video editing skills to get more views on LinkedIn. I mean, it has to just connect with that person. I think the staying power for a video on LinkedIn also is higher, which I've
Yeah.
also seen compared to other platforms. Another benefit is people are more linked up with you. Like follow is a connection also on LinkedIn. So when you post
Yes.
to people somewhere, you are their connection, so they will take more interest indirectly. It's not necessary people. I know on LinkedIn also there's more of just growing your network, also just openly take a connection and all. But other platform, it's like a follow only, there is no direct
Yes,
this thing,
definitely. I've
so they
seen
are
the huge
more listening your
difference.
content. Yeah, that is there,
Yeah.
that's there.
On LinkedIn, even you can share a Loom video that will be very simple. Like you are explaining
Hmm.
something and recording and posting it. There is no much edits required. But I can't do the same on Instagram because those people won't watch it if doesn't have
Yeah.
any interesting elements. So that's its main difference here.
That's right. That's right. Yeah. So, I mean, the people out there who, if you're an intelligent professional in your
Yeah,
space and you have achievements, you're doing things regularly, which is giving value, I think you can just document all and put it on LinkedIn.
yeah,
And
that's it.
you
Yeah.
will get it on a good following compared to where that production quality is, and I'm sorry, the production aspects has to come on the other platforms. Here it's not that much necessary, so that is where the advantage of LinkedIn is.
Yes.
Awesome. So, Kanishka, in terms of the professionals engaging with the content, what do you feel on LinkedIn over the past few years? Anything you've seen a difference in that, or how the people are using LinkedIn on it so to get more engagement?
Okay, so there are too many things that have changed in this engagement thing.
Hmm.
People started using engagement pods, people have started using chat GPT comments, and now if you want to like build genuine connections, people are engaging more with personal stories or
Hmm.
where you are coming, you're putting yourself like
Hmm.
perspectives, opinions. So these kind of posts like that interest people will get more engagement, or the post that sparks the engagement or involves a serious discussion, that is
Hmm.
getting better engagement. Otherwise,
Hmm.
most posts are attacking like chat GPT comments because everything it's become repeated. So
Hmm.
already what is one is already said, the same thing will repeat again. When you scroll the second post will also be similar to the first post. So these kind of
Hmm.
things are attracting chat GPT comments and people from great posts, these kind of stuffs. So the people engaging is changed. When you are putting
Hmm.
your perspective or opinions only when people are ready to listen. The information, but when you are telling in your perspective, that's
Hmm.
what is getting good engagement. Something new. But the challenge again is we can't always come up with some new ideas. The
Hmm.
perspective matters the most here. Like when you tell your perspective from your opinion or something like that, you can expect better engagement.
That's right. Yeah, that's one interesting thing you have talked like, so with tools like ChatGTP, say if you are commenting also, you just put it in ChatGPT, make a good comment. So you put that person's content in the prompt, and then so it's like a much you can say a humanized comment than a general which used to post, because many people they engaged on social media platforms in commenting to grow their own following. That is also a strategy within that. So
Yeah,
um,
exactly. But these ChatGPT comments are exactly spottable. Like in
acha.
where there's a lot of comments, people can
Hmm.
just look at it and say like whether it is commented by ChatGPT or not. Because ChatGPT has a specific pattern where it can
Hmm.
use some similar words again and again, or it
Hmm.
start praising the creator for no reason. There will be
That's right.
something else discussed in the post, and people will say something else. So these kind
That's
of
right.
patterns are so obvious, and people will start understanding it. And most of the creators will stop reacting to that comment.
Hmm. This is an interesting thing. I mean, Kanishka, that how do you then? What is a good strategy for engagement on other people's content on LinkedIn?
Like sharing your own perspective again, what are
Hmm.
you going to learn from it? Because at the end
Hmm.
of the day, what matters the most is the connection that you are forming with the creator and other community members of the creator. So when
Hmm.
you are going to read on post and comment your perspective or what is your takeaway, other
Hmm.
people who are reading in the comment section, because what happens is even your target audience, like say for example, you are targeting someone, and
Hmm.
those people won't react much, but they do
Hmm.
go through this comment section. Where
Hmm.
when you stand out, there will be high chances where the people will click on your profile and see your profile.
Hmm.
So
Also on
when you do,
LinkedIn, in your feed, one of my connections has commented a good comment on a
Mhm.
particular post. It comes in my feed, and then like obviously then I come in the highlight. I'm basically coming in the feed because my comment has got likes or whatever good engagement.
Yeah, that's the thing. You will get in front of those people also. But when they see ChatGPT comment, your personality
Hmm.
is going out of the window
Hmm.
because you
So
are not
that I
sharing your
think
perspective.
that's unique for LinkedIn, where your
Yes,
engagement also comes in other people's feed. I don't think it comes on any other platform.
yes, the
So
circle.
that's why I mean a strategy of engagement on LinkedIn also is kind of required. Like I'm sure many people like me, they hardly are getting a time for engagement, but I think somewhere we have to take at least a few accounts. I'm sure in your services you provide that thing where how you you are doing it for the particular person, where you are engaging with certain posts which are getting more traction, right? So that person then
Yes.
gets that output. So
Yes, exactly.
yeah. Yeah. So Kanishka, in that domain, like you can just share. Obviously, that will be when you have a one-on-one meeting with the person. But a general thing, what do you feel is a best practices within that?
Okay, for the general thing, I would say like targeting 50% of your target audience, 30% of community building, and 10% on the influencers post. So instead
Hmm.
of commenting on influencers post, you can like also comment. But on the second hand, you can also just go to the comment section, go through the comment section and see who the
Hmm.
active people who are actually your target audience. Some
Hmm.
people will be active. If they are active, like try to reply to that comment, like their comment
Hmm.
and reply to the comment, and
Hmm.
try to take that into DMs.
Hmm.
So this way you are forming a connection without being salesy.
Okay.
And that
Okay.
is where the connection happens.
Sorry,
And you can,
that you can repeat that, Kanishka. That's interesting about the DM aspect that you said.
yeah, sure. Like when you are commenting, like 50% focus on the target audience,
Hmm.
30% focus on the community building, like similar minded people,
Oh.
because you need a community to grow on LinkedIn.
Hmm.
Next, 10% will be on influencers account.
Hmm.
Do create a comment, do write a comment, and after that, like find the active target audience on the comment section. So you
Hmm.
can just open the comment section to the full screen
Hmm.
and click on Control plus F and find the keywords of your target audience, because
Hmm.
LinkedIn won't show such keywords kind of thing. So you can
Hmm.
just use this function and find the target audience in the comment section itself.
Hmm.
So this is an excuse for you to tap into the DMs. You can say like, I spotted you in the comment section of Justin Welch or some other creator.
Hmm.
What do you think about this? Because you wrote about this. What do you think about this factor?
Wow,
So
that's a very unique one. Definitely, that will get responses 100%.
yes, definitely,
Yes,
because
yes,
they are
yes.
the one who made it. So it is a quick excuse to drop to the DMs.
Yes, yes, yes. Definitely. Yes, yes. This is pretty unique. So please connect with Kanishka, because these kind of unique, out of the box ideas, and I'm sure 100% you'll get responses, because very personalized and very
Yes.
relevant per se. Awesome. Kanishka, general will cover elements of overall strategy. What, how much ever you can just talk in general, like what comprises of it. Like when, like in marketing, when we create a plan, so we have, say in digital marketing, you have a SEO, email marketing, like that, and then you break down into subcategories or activities and all that. So, like just generally, if you could, showcase that to the audience.
Sure thing. Like LinkedIn has three different parts. One is content, next one is engagement, and next one is the DMs. So these
Hmm.
work together to create a successful strategy. So for
Hmm.
content, when you take it, it depends on the definite, like there are too much
Hmm.
of data to go about it, like whether your ideal clients are following you or not, are you getting
Hmm.
any DMs from them, DM inquiries or something like that. Based on
Hmm.
this, you have to create the content strategy, like what are you going to talk about on a particular date. So this kind of content strategy will comes all along this content. So next step
Hmm.
is the engagement strategy. To make this content work, you need to drive some quality traffic to it. So without it, you can expect to it to give the results. So when you are engaging, you should build a funnel there. Like the person one will move from top of the funnel to the bottom of the funnel. So how it is going to happen? So I will engage today, I will send connection request tomorrow, and then I will start the DM. So this is itself a cycle. So
Hmm.
meanwhile they will be also nurtured by my content. So to make
Hmm.
sure my content is reaching them and I am forming a good connection with them, I have to establish a kind of relationship in the DM. So when
Hmm.
you collect all these things, connect all these things, this forms the entire LinkedIn strategy.
That's right. Kanishka, in terms of database mining within LinkedIn,
Mhm.
what tools do you use, and how do you recommend you like filter your TG? Basically, that okay, these are the 100 people I have to engage with. Basically.
Okay, for this, what the primary tool I use is Sales Navigator, because it is a
Hmm.
kind of, to be honest, I won't rely much on outbound strategy. So the only
Hmm.
thing that I will be relying is Sales Navigator. So where
Hmm.
you can filter people based on their activities. Say for example, who are posted in the past 30 days, because they will
Hmm.
be active. So you will get a reason to connect with them. So
Yes.
I'll just export all these kind of things and save it as an Excel sheet, and then I'll
Hmm.
build the engagement funnel, the DM funnel. So that how it works.
That's right. Do you use tools for mass messaging within LinkedIn?
No, for me, the LinkedIn actually already restricted my account for no reason because
Hmm.
I used to send 30 connection requests, but in a week I sent more than
Hmm.
100 requests. So it
Hmm.
kind of detected unusual activity and restricted my
Hmm.
account for one day.
Hmm.
So I couldn't even log in.
I think 100 in a week is allowed. I think that is the upper limit, right?
Like I did more than that. It is an unusual activity because usually I send very
Generally, when
less.
I have done that, so they have just stopped it. Like they say, okay, your quota is over for the week. Now check in again next week. So yeah, that is the case where you can't. But I have honestly used tools like Duck
Mm-hmm.
where once you obviously you need a sales navigator tool to filter out and make a good list of people where you can connect on various things, which from demographics to your posting and the company they are in, even could be some college they are in. There are a lot of things in it, like you the scope is enormous on that. And then you do the mass messaging thing where you can
Yes.
message them and their name also comes in all. It's like the same email marketing thing. And so this is
Yes.
something which I have used. And a lot of, like, say you have your own business or you're selling per se or connecting with a lot of people where you have to showcase your services, that can be used by lot of
Yeah, more people are
people.
actually using automation without getting any threats or something. But
Hmm.
to be on a safe side, I always
Hmm.
avoid using automation on any profiles.
That's right. That's right. Yeah, there are some places I feel you have to take a call. Like you cannot. Okay, you have your list. Okay, you commit to these 100 people. Everything cannot be based on a certain number and all. You have a feeling. Okay, this person would kind of be suitable for me. Then you put them in your list, and then you look at how you kind of engage with them. So even if you say, I feel everyone generally a month or two you should use Sales Navigator, at least make your list, then transfer it
Yes.
maybe to a Google sheet and then use it, because for honestly people it can be very expensive. Using it on a monthly basis, especially if you are using it for your own self. It's not like through a company. So accordingly, there is always a way. If you find out where I have used the navigator, I've made the list, then I've exported the list to a Google sheet, and then I work around that particular
Yeah,
list.
that's the best way.
Awesome. So Kanishka, you have talked a lot about content funnels on LinkedIn. Many kind of posts and how you create a particular funnel and different kind of content as per the placement of the person in the funnel. So a little bit, if you could elaborate on that.
Sure thing. So the content funnel starts with the basis of the audience emotion and the data you have on your profile. Say for example, I target three kind of data. One is whether your target audience are following you or not, and next one is whether they are coming to your DMs and asking more about your service. Now, even not
Hmm.
for committing, some common doubts like some signs that shows you as an authority in front of them.
Hmm.
So, and the third rate is conversion rate. So, based on these things, I build the content funnel. So, it has again the similar to normal traditional funnel. It also has a top of the funnel, middle of the funnel, and bottom of the funnel. So, based on these data collected from the profile data, I'll figure it out. Say, for example, if the ideal client is not following me, what I have to focus more is visibility. So
Hmm.
I'll focus on creating more top of the funnel content instead of focusing more on the middle of the funnel content.
Hmm.
So 1 week, 5 content and one content funnel. That's how I create my entire content funnel. All this will be based on the emotions of the audience, like what the symptom they are facing. Say, for example, if they have any goals, what are the symptoms that they are doing right now to get to there. And I capture that
That's
as
it.
the hook and create the content around it and provide a
Hmm.
solution. So this
That's
is the
it.
entire funnel thing happening.
Kanishka, if you could give an example, it'll be more clear to the audience, like where you've done it
Uh,
already and you can just show it, showcase it.
yeah, for example, for a career coach, we have done a content funnel recently. So what happened
Hmm.
is, she had a webinar. So for that, we built a content funnel. So it started. She had her ideal clients following her, but
Hmm.
they are mostly inactive. So
Hmm.
what we plan
So
to
the
create is a.
career coach is basic. Her services are what exactly?
She is helping people to climb the career ladder.
Okay, okay. So like coach counseling, career counseling kind of
Yeah,
thing.
exactly like that. Yeah.
Okay, okay. Sure. Sure, sure. Yeah,
So
you
what
can
if
continue.
yeah, what we have planned is coming up with a webinar, like conducting a webinar, and we have built a couple of content funnels for that. So it started from the lead magnet and ended up with a webinar promotion. Say, for example, we focused on 2 weeks. So first week, it all around the like warming up the audience about the thing that she is doing. Say, for example, talking about more of her services, how people are experiencing the transformation after those core services. Based
Hmm.
on this, we the first thing went well. So we started introducing lead magnet. So if you're also experiencing this, DM this particular keyword to get this lead magnet. So in the content itself, from all the content, from top of the funnel to the bottom of the funnel, every content has this specific thing. Like if you want to get more about this, DM me the perfect keyword. So people have started coming into the DMs, and from the DMs we converted them to the webinar. So this is the kind of funnel we built for them.
That's right. Kanishka, in terms of your content, like for your audience, so I would feel, whichever domain you are in, whatever services you're giving, or even you're a content creator, all content cannot be like very appealing to 100% of your audience.
Yeah.
So, how do you kind of create content where different segments within your audience you are targeting, and like you're aware of which segment you are targeting?
For that, it definitely depends on the way we position content. When
Hmm.
we define the audience, we will get to know like how to position ourselves. So based
Hmm.
on that, we will definitely create the messaging part, like to address the specific aspirations of those audience. And based on
Hmm.
that, we will create the content.
Hmm. That's right. So I'll give you an example for more clarity. So suppose
Mhm.
I am offering like general, I'm a digital marketing coach.
Okay.
So my different segments would be uh, like you'll have people who are deciding, say they are in 11, 12, like they want to maybe pursue marketing, the graduation
Okay.
or something. So looking at courses and all that within it, and very basic level. Then it would
Okay.
be the graduates who are looking at job, so the interview aspect of it and getting a good job. And one would be like working professionals who are want to upscale their skills so they perform better in the job and they get more market value in general. So this is
Okay.
like an example. Now how am I designing content where all these ones are kind of it's appealing a little bit, or how do I go about it?
Okay, this kind of two different audience, and you want to position yourself as a center for them. So what
Hmm.
we can do is showcasing your expertise for both of them. Like you can
Hmm.
talk about what do you know and how you can help. So
Hmm.
this will target both of them. Say for example, the common thing between both. So talk about that, and in the end of the content, you can say I help these people, and if you are
Hmm.
interested, you can DM me to get more information.
That's right. That's right. Yes, yes. I mean, definitely there is strategy wherein it's focused within that. Like, for example, I've observed this that when you put a general piece like how to write an effective, say, an email, or like there are certain point like a subject line. So that is even students are going to look at it wherein they like it is like a learning point for them, like what really works in the industry and all that at the ground level, and for a working professional is actually working within it. So there is a common point within it, but so there has to be that commonality kind of content also, and it could be even specific. So I think you kind of distribute your content accordingly, where it's like divided in a way that there is going to be a bit specificity also, and then there'll
Yes,
be a common pieces, and that way, yeah.
yes, we have to like prioritize the content pillar based on that.
That's right. That's right. Um, so Kanishka, in terms of LinkedIn, everything you can post now. I feel on every social media platform,
Yeah.
every format is there. Like live streaming also started like five, I think, few years back on LinkedIn. Like I had utilized it a lot. So what do you feel like in terms of the way you present it, the format? Like it's a live stream, it's a Q&A session, it is could be like a carousel post and all. How do you decide? Okay, this is the format for this message.
Okay. So it based on the kind of post that we are creating. Say for example, if the intention is educational, I'd
Hmm.
prefer to go with the carousel or either video. So these things will work. And if it is a personal story, it will work based on the like image and the text. It will go like that. So for the personal stories or opinion based, best format is single image plus text. If you're going to do educational kind of post, carousel will be better. But if you want to convey in a different way, like more interacting way, carousel will be better
Hmm.
for that.
Hmm.
But if you want to build a kind of community and establish yourself as an authority, you can conduct like live events or audio events on LinkedIn. So this will help you to position yourself as a best and build a community within your team. So that's it.
That's right. That's right. So, um, but what do you think about the carousel post? Like, what kind of strategy for that? Like, it's difficult to create a really good carousel because there's a lot of information with various
Yes.
slides. You have to research it a lot. But what is your suggestion, say, on a monthly level of a carousel post? How do you, go if you have no team in place and you're doing it, say, on your own also? Like, what would be a best practice that you could get a few good carousel posts?
It is better to get a template for us
Hmm.
so we can use it, like repurpose it. If not, I would suggest like experimenting with multiple formats on your post and see what works the best, because what works on other profile won't be working for me. So for me the carousel works the best, for another creator videos works the best. So it's better to experiment and find what is working. If something is working good, we can create a kind of template and just include the text and change it, so we can like adapt to that model.
That's right. So on LinkedIn, your opinions of trending issues, how do you feel you should showcase? It should be just a text post, or you have an image like an Insta kind of an image where everything is written within the image. Like, how do you go about? Where's the reaction or your opinion?
For opinion, I would suggest going with text post
Hmm.
with a single image. It
Hmm.
can either be your image with some text around this what is happening, or can be simple image with your one line opinion and some
Hmm.
explanation on the top. So it would work like that.
That's right. When you're using your images and say you are really pushing to build your personal brand, should you have like a templatized thing where somewhere your photo or your icon is there on say the right half and there is general color scheme happening?
Yes, I do have it for even for my
Okay,
single
okay.
post and even for carousels.
That's right, that's right. Um, in terms of the media aspect, like is there a potential of memes and gifs and all? Like how do you utilize that on LinkedIn?
Yeah, this is also like going good in front. Like if you are creating carousels, most of the
Hmm.
creators will include some memes in between. So if it's a
Hmm.
long carousel to give kind of boost to like engagement, people will use memes in between. And gifs are like most people are using in the comment section to interact with people. After posting,
That's
if
right.
no one comments, we can just put an gif and ask a relatable simple question. So when
Hmm.
people answer it, it will automatically boost the
Hmm.
engagement. So
Yeah,
these kind
I
of
feel in the memes there has to be a spin on what you do professionally, right? In that, so
yes.
whatever trending meme is there, then you have a spin because it can't be like resharing that only or this thing because that will not be. It's not that relevant on LinkedIn, like because out and out 100% entertainment is not what people go on LinkedIn.
Yeah.
Awesome. So Kanishka, if you're looking at the certain metrics of your performance on LinkedIn, like if you're reviewing a month, what do you actually specifically look at, which can be a little bit different from if you're looking at your Insta statistics or YouTube statistics?
Yeah. For me, what I prioritize the most is number of ideal clients follower in my followers list. That will
Hmm.
I will definitely check that. Next thing is audience engagement, like how much my content is resonating with my community and
Hmm.
which type of content attracted the most people, like target audience to my profile,
Hmm.
and what is the kind of topic that resonated with the
Hmm.
most.
On LinkedIn, is it displayed non-follower reach out? How much has happened?
No, it is not available on LinkedIn.
Okay, okay. Yeah, that could be something because
Yeah.
on you know that
Great.
okay, my reach has happened on this particular these so where it's reaching because if I'm looking at growing, I have to reach non-followers also, right? So yeah, that
Yes.
could
If we
be.
have this people, it will be great.
Yes, yes, yes. Any like others like specific things like in the impression to clicks or something like that where you are looking at these stats where on a lead generation aspect, ki my content has a good potential of lead generation if these metrics are happening.
Yeah, what I will do is like if the audience engagement is more, like say for example, I'm getting 1,000 impression and getting like 100 plus likes, it indicates that my content is resonating with them and there is a key element that people are interested in. So I
Hmm.
will just note it down. And for me, I will use like keyword on every post. Like I'm creating, like pitch on my every post. So based on that, which content is giving me more DMs, I'll mark it as a best performing content. And from that, I'll try to
Hmm.
double down. So that's
That's
a
nice.
key elements that I look for.
Kanishka, in terms of like, okay, you've seen the metrics now, basis of that, how do you kind of decide that, okay, this is some changes that I'm going to be doing to my, because this is what the feedback I've got on that. I've seen certain statistics, figures, and all, and this is the way I can tweak my content.
Okay. So based on the things that I have shared before, like the audience growth and these KPIs, I try to get
Hmm.
an overall picture of which content like resonated with my audience and which kind of format it is. Is it a kind of hook that evoked the like huge engagement, or is it a kind of keyword that I used? These kind of things I'll just evaluate. And based on this, I'll create a next strategy. Like if the format specifically did well on 1 month, I'll take the format to the next month. And
Hmm.
conversely, if a post doesn't perform better as I expected, I'll just note down the things that doesn't go well. Say for example, if the hook can be modified, the CTA can be modified, and these kind of things, these adjustment I will make. And on apart from this content, I will also engage on the audience. Like I will also tweak that. Like based on the engagement that I did. Say for example, I just commented on 100 posts on 10 days. What is the growth of the engagement from my profile? Is it giving me any returns? If not, where I'm lacking and what are the kind of connections I have to remove? Because the more number of dead audience you have in your profile, the less will be your reach. So you also have to
Hmm.
change that. So I will just go and remove some dead followers in my connections or some dead connections
Hmm.
in my list. So after that, I will try to again like connect with new kind of people, and I'll see if they are
But
engaging with my.
how do you know they are specifically those connections aren't engaging with you?
Yeah, like when you are doing content and engaging on a daily basis, you will observe kind of people. Like some
Hmm.
faces will become familiar to you. I'll also
Yeah.
kind of track this kind. Like if I'm
Hmm.
sending connection request to 10 people today, I will track them. So
Hmm.
I'll just see how often we are engaging with one another over a month.
But then
If
you can you see the like a person has viewed it, because that I'm not sure within LinkedIn, like you'll know, okay, he's commented, but general views and all, we don't get that data, I don't think, on any platform
yeah,
per se.
yeah, that's one thing.
That's right.
LinkedIn will show
Yeah,
it.
we have to take a call on that. I feel, but there are cases. See, I know that like we've observed that, say if someone has 10,000 followers, then you are on posts you are getting say 3,000, 4,000 kind of impressions. Do you think it's a good performance?
For 10,000 followers, like 1,000 kind of reach.
Like say 3, 4,000.
Yeah, it is still a better performance.
Okay, okay. So, but what do you feel a certain percentage if you are not even getting impressions of your
Mhm.
audience? So, like, so 10,000, 2,000 is like 20%. So, if you are getting less than this percentage, there's you are doing something wrong, or it's like a dead audience.
Yeah. Say for example, if you're actively doing like actively creating content and engaging on LinkedIn,
Hmm.
but your engagement rate is less than 1%. Say for example, if you have like 1 lakh plus audience, your engagement
Hmm.
rate will be definitely between 1,000 to 2,000. Like I'm saying
Hmm.
the comments, not the like impressions, not the impressions. I'm not saying it. I'm just saying
Hmm.
the likes and comments, these kind of things. So when a
Hmm.
person has like 10,000 followers, if he or she is not getting more than 500 views, it
Hmm.
indicates that your content strategy
100,
is.
I think that will be like 100 to 150. So, we are including likes and comments.
Yes, yes, yes.
Okay, okay, okay. That's interesting. Where we all have observed this. Now there are so many angles to this, because like it could be also
Yes,
your
definitely.
posting frequency is not that great. So end of the day, LinkedIn is not really promoting. So that is where the angle of a lot of followers but very low engagement.
Yeah, that
So
is also a factor. Yes.
that is right. That's why a strategy comes in place, because if you just leave it to it, like there are a lot of people in a position of power. So people want to be connected with them in terms of they will have a LinkedIn connection, but the content is not that, I mean, is not having that impressions or the engagement per se. Because to maintain a connection, okay, initially people will comment, and but then they'll lose out, because if genuinely it's not invoking a response, the content, after a point it phases out, like, in terms of that. So that is a kind of interesting where the, even if you have a lot of followers because of a position you have, like in
Yes,
a big
definitely.
company you are a senior manager or whatever, but then your strategy is not, the content is not that great, it's not going to show in the engagement per se.
Yes, exactly.
Awesome. Kanishka, in terms of the algorithm, can you like tell us what you have observed, say the last 1 year, any kind of changes, like certain content pieces are being promoted more, certain different places followers are coming, non followers are being reached out more and all. Like we have observed on YouTube over the last 2 years, and also on Instagram, which has been mentioned on various podcasts by Mark Zuckerberg, where you are looking at promoting smaller guys, emerging guys. Earlier, it was not happening, where it was just like the virality, if it's happening of that post because it's already a known name or there's certain advertising happening, they were coming up. They have made it more kind of democratic, where if you have less, so that's why in your feeds on YouTube and all, you see a certain post which has like say 200, 300 views also, it's coming up. Earlier it
Yes,
used to be at least 5,000 plus. So these changes are being done to the algorithm to promote these emerging, because they are very important for the ecosystem of particular these social channels and all. If you have a very few amount of people who have all the power on these platforms, we have seen where they have left a certain platform and become exclusive on a certain platform. So in that particular strategy, we're making, let's just say, making it more democratic. So on LinkedIn, what do you feel have been done, so in maybe in this aspect or in other aspects as well?
last 1 year, LinkedIn started to push more newbies, like more
Hmm.
creators are popping up, and LinkedIn is definitely giving some better reach to them because they are more active, like comparing to any other creators. They are commenting more, they are creating more,
Hmm.
and definitely LinkedIn is pushing them. And the next thing is, more than normal virality, LinkedIn started to prioritize user engagement. Like
Hmm.
perfect posts are reaching perfect target audience. LinkedIn is trying
Hmm.
to do the best on it. So there is high chances of getting in front of your
Hmm.
target audience if your content reflects the exact thing of your audience. So that one thing. And the next thing is happening
So
is,
that's a very positive thing for
yes,
emerging person who is just starting off as LinkedIn content creator slash coach or whatever you're doing. If you are really active on LinkedIn and reaching the
yeah,
audience there, it's a positive thing that you can reach. Like it's not like a saturated market out there, and it's very low chances unless you feed in ads or something.
yes. So LinkedIn organic reach is better for new creators as well as
Hmm.
more authenticity. LinkedIn is pushing more authentic post. So when you are creating something like from your perspective or more authentic post, it will tend to
Hmm.
perform better than any other kind of educational posts. So that one thing is also happening.
That's right. Authenticity. How is an algorithm tracking maybe an authentic aspect?
Based on the people's interaction. Say for example, if a creator is
Hmm.
keep on posting these kind of things, because at the
Hmm.
end of the day what matters is the algorithm which prioritize what people are engaging to it, right? So if
Hmm.
more people are not engaging to the post, and if it is like not showing the exact numbers or showing these kind of things, algorithm will tend
Hmm.
to push it. But when you are
Hmm.
sharing your authentic stories, people will resonate it more, the audience engagement will likely to be more there. So based on that, LinkedIn will boost your reach.
That's right. That's right. In the formats, have you observed anything surprising? Okay, this is a certain new kind of format come up, or people are responding more to this kind of content format, or something like that. Anything you observe?
No, last year it was polls. This year there
Hmm.
is only video, like only the video is booming right now, and people are
Hmm.
more into like videos also on LinkedIn right now. So,
Hmm.
and other thing, like events are performing better. Like more than ever, there are too many people are creating audio events and live events. So that is also
Hmm.
performing better.
That's right. I think that's because the LinkedIn is pushing them. So if you have
Yeah,
followers and you have an event, so everyone gets a notification that
yeah,
this
it is
person
a
is.
definite way to reach the audience.
That's right. They're promoting it more, so that when it is, there'll be more engagement if obviously you get that everyone is getting the notification.
Yes, definitely.
That particular this thing events is I'm definitely I'm like put it out there that events, small personalized events, as a part of your marketing strategy, or even in like say an event manager or industry you are in, uh, is going to really boom because people need
Yes,
more events which are offering that education, the value, intermingling with another community, like a like-minded people and all. That demand is increasing because, and it's fueled by Gen Z, young working professionals and all, where they
yes.
want to connect, and hyper social kind of attitude that they have in general because of we are living in this social age. So this definitely there is a huge potential, and how you can kind of pull it off on platforms like LinkedIn as well. And because you are getting that particular specific audience as per a niche, like if you're taking a workshop or you are talking about a certain thing like a Q&A session in a particular domain and all, definitely it'll work.
Yeah, it will be highly interactive as well, so it will tend to perform better.
That's right. That's right. Yeah, like when we've done these audio sessions like earlier, it's like a clubhouse thing that they've taken where a person can come on stage and you're actually asking. So uh, many people who are kind of active in that and they want to really put out there compared to just a chat that comes or a question within a webinar that is
Yes.
more kind of engaging, and the people feels more validated when they are doing that. Awesome. So general, let's cover Kanishka in terms of the best practices in personal branding. Like generally, when you look at a profile, what do you look at specifically? And like even in the a general content, like when you're having a view of a profile in general, what do you see specifically first, and then what is the general first thought, like general weaknesses you see, and you have mostly offered them on the first meeting only that this is what has to be improved.
Yeah. For me, I'll tend to focus more on the content, the way they are providing content. So I target most people who are in the service-based industry.
Hmm.
So when they are positioning themselves wrong, that will be my first thing. So like your messaging is off here, your
Hmm.
positioning can be improved here, and this is why you are not getting leads. So I'll go all in all to the content. And from the content, I'll tend to like ask more questions on engagement and how they are handling DMs and all those things. First
Hmm.
thing when I land on a profile, what I'll think whether the profile it is optimized or not, whether it is
Hmm.
conveying the message it has to convey in the above section, in the featured section, in the skills
Hmm.
and everything. Like, is it conveying the perfect message? If not, this
Hmm.
person is not doing this personal like profile optimization in the right way. So that will
Hmm.
even become the excuse to connect with them.
That's right. What would you recommend in, like, say, if you are your personal brand on LinkedIn? So one is obviously you talk about something or the other directly or indirectly in your domain you're talking about, but about themselves, now, what do you recommend them in terms of posting, where it's a little bit more about a deeper connect with them? They are sharing certain things.
I'm not getting that. Coming please again.
No, like say generally when you say when you're posting on content on LinkedIn, it is about your profile. So like say I'm working in marketing, so I'll talk about a certain report that has come out on the industry, or I'll talk about a campaign or something. But about me, say I've like say I'm into trekking, I've done a trek. Can I like talk about? Can it be a part of a strategy where I'm talking about my
Yes,
personal
sure thing.
something journey or something like yeah,
Yeah, that there should be actually some balance between this personal post and this kind of company post or educational post, because
yeah.
people want to know who you are, like other than this brand. People want to know the face
Hmm.
and connect with you. When you
Hmm.
share your personal stories, people who are resonating with your energy and with your personality will be attracted to your profile. So I would
Hmm.
suggest maintaining a crucial balance between the personal post as well as the company post. This will help you to establish you as an authority as well.
That's right. So there is an angle, see, because people want to, where the lines are blurring between a personal and a business aspect, where you are connecting with people who you want to work with. Basically, there is some good wavelength matching also, right?
Yeah.
Especially at levels where it's not like you are just emerging, you're not like a established known name in a particular thing. So what did you suggest, like generally a profile in terms of positivity, or what would you suggest them in terms of the posting aspect of it, where you're creating that a good positive image about yourself within that, and a warm approachable whatever person within the post, which is not related to the domain.
Yeah, it can be more about like being you there. There is
Hmm.
no need to like focus on multiple factors while you are writing story. What matters here is how you are projecting yourself as you,
Hmm.
because that's what matters at the end of the day. Because you can just easily write about the glamorous things about you, but when it comes to the
Hmm.
connection, but the more you connect with the people will likely to find it out. So it is
Hmm.
better to like write it as you are and the way you are to connect with more people. So that would I'd say.
That's right. That's right. Yeah, here I would say if you're like creating an overall personal brand, definitely there can be a strategy in which non-work related. You can have a segment of your content which is
Yes.
non-work related, and where you are specifically saying, because I feel many people will not come naturally to them, in sharing that, say, and say you are doing different things, you're having different experiences per se, like you have visiting places, travel related, or it could be backstage something within your industry, or something, or an observation that you have of a certain topic, which could not be related to your domain. So in all those aspects, I think there has to be a section within your content which is a non-work aspect. And then you can, if that is, I'm saying, if you want to optimize, you're looking at like going all guns blazing in your personal brand, and you're getting more people to, because that is, I think, one most, like say Instagram and YouTube and all, that is what is being used a lot. Like when you say YouTube, you have a lot of these community posts where they're giving an opinion and all. It could not be a video also. And on
Yeah.
Insta, since it's like filled with today reels only, you can have one particular post where you are sharing a certain deep thought. So person also gets a perception about you. Yeah, this person is very emotionally intelligent. So that
Yeah.
kind of goes. You can look at certain adjectives which you want to be associated with, and then
Yeah.
look at posts within that, like emotionally intelligent, or is sensitive towards certain issue, or whatever, like that could be. So there, I feel for everything, there can be a strategy where you look at that, and that is all. Let's be honest, that is uh, the world we are living in. Certain people, we are not, that social or this thing. We have to have a certain strategy. We have to have a technique. Some things come easier to the people, it doesn't. So, but in a social world out there where you have to project, there can be a strategy to the same.
Yeah, sure, definitely. I agree with that.
Awesome. So generally, Kanishka, any kind of misconceptions that you see on the LinkedIn, like first time when you connect with people, what they feel, in terms of reach of the post or followers and all, general misconceptions that you see, or people doing things wrong, and that you want to suggest to them.
Actually, there are like more kind of misconceptions around LinkedIn. So
Hmm.
let me talk one of that, which is creating a content strategy. Like when
Hmm.
people talk about content strategy, what they think is just coming up with content pillars and coming up with a posting frequency, and
Hmm.
like determine when you're going to post, what you're going to post. That's it. But I
Hmm.
feel it is more into the data collections on your profile. Say for example, if your target audience are not even following you, what is the use of
Hmm.
posting the tofu content?
Hmm.
Because that is also a thing, right? What if a person who is already following me is not seeing me as an expert and wants
Hmm.
something authority from my side to take action? So the content strategy, that is people like templatizing it, it should evolve with the stages of the audience too. So
Hmm.
that's the thing that people are not doing on LinkedIn. Say for example, people are not building the authority when they need to build it. They are still
Hmm.
focusing on the same top of the funnel thing, and they're not moving to the authority part. They're still,
Hmm.
if a person has 5,000 followers, it doesn't mean like they don't have that kind of lead generation when compared to the 10K followers. Because
Hmm.
what happens is the 5K followers will be establishing the authority, the 10K followers person will be establishing still the same kind of educational post. The reason
Hmm.
why it is changing is the lead generation efficiency is changing. This
Hmm.
person is establishing himself as an authority, but this person focus more on educating their audience without
Hmm.
knowing whether they are ready to take action or not. So what they'll do
Hmm.
is they'll post testimonial like once in a week and expect results to pop in. But that's not going to
Hmm.
happen because most of the audience are only being educated without knowing them. This person is an authority. Like this
Hmm.
person can solve my problems. So without
That's it.
tailoring new strategies for them, the lead generation efficiency will differ irrespective of the followers count.
Hmm.
So content
That
strategy should be data driven, not templatized.
that's right. Visibility, like you mean to say that when you're just posting and it's constantly, if you could give an example, like say I'm just posting visibility based, like so just say reaction video or something trending and I'm just getting an audience, but then I'm not able to take them to the next stage. So
Yes.
can you give an example where then I'm posting to take them to the next stage?
Okay, for here, it again depends. Like, it also depends on the type of content you are posting. Say, for example, the kind of content that you are pushing is going to resonate with some kind of people, and that
Hmm.
kind of people will end up following you.
Hmm.
In that kind
So
of
let's
people,
take the general like marketing. So digital marketing coach is posting,
okay,
an opinion on something, and then it's kind of gone viral. He's getting followers through that piece because it was a reaction on certain a trend or something. So what then is his next stage to maybe they come some course he has or whatever he has a ebook or whatever email joining list and all that they join it. So what should be like that change in that content? Then they move to the next stage.
for that kind of thing, the person has to show his expertise, like how I do this. This is my process looks like, how
Hmm.
the transformation of my clients look like. More of those kind of posts. But
Hmm.
to get engagement, what people are doing is like again talk about the same trends because that's a kind of
Yeah.
dopamine kick that is irresistible to avoid. So in
Hmm.
running behind that, we are like forgetting the things that we need to do, build the authority and move on to
Hmm.
the next stage. We will end up doing the same thing again and again, like kind of templatized manner. So
Hmm.
that should be corrected if we want to like boost the lead generation efficiency.
That's right. Yeah, that's a great one because like you see, okay, this post has got your 20K impressions. So yeah, my next one has to be like more than
Yes.
that. So you are
Yeah.
in that thing. You're not like, yeah, okay, these 20K have converted into say 2,000 followers. Now how do I kind of make these showcase my expertise to these 2,000 so they move to the stage of where I am, let's say, monetizing that particular followers.
Exactly. That
So
past is already like it is getting ignored. That's the fact.
that is the case. Yeah. So if your goals are clear, that's why a content strategy is kind of important where your goal is clear in that, like
Yes.
and empty followers, like I feel after a point of time that has no meaning. I think even the followers then drop off after a point, when it's just kind of just visibility posts are happening and generally see either it's out and out entertainment or something where just people are viewing it for consumption, then you're like an entertainment influencer or something. Even on LinkedIn it's
Yes. The
possible.
buying potential of the audience will generally go low when we launch something and expect it to
Yeah.
scale. That doesn't
Yeah.
happen here.
That's right. That's right. But if obviously everyone wants to monetize, that is the basis of it.
Yes.
Uh, a smaller audience, anyway, is ve- realistically people have that smaller or a niche audience. You have to look at where the conversion rate of monetizing that particular audience is there because
Yes.
anyway a bigger audience then you're moving into the entertainment or influencer thing where their whole business is based on the numbers only and then brands come along and they showcase and that's a totally different thing. Here it's more specific of your own brand monetizing your own consultation webinars courses whatever it is about the same.
Yeah.
Awesome. So, Kanishka, lastly, then we'll look at the future of the LinkedIn content. So, where do you feel what is heading going in forward? What kind of a trend that you seeing that should be followed and we can kind of optimize our content marketing strategy?
Actually, as I said before, the video content is going performed well on 2024, I guess, because like it is getting pushed more. So there
Hmm.
might be a case where video content will be prioritized on LinkedIn, but it
Hmm.
definitely depends on the one's brand because some format will be working for some people and it is better to stick with that. And
Hmm.
LinkedIn is going to push relevant content to relevant people because already it is doing. So more than virality, it will be based on more on the user engagement.
Hmm.
So these factors will be determined, I guess.
That's right. That's right. Um, in terms of obviously algorithm wise, you see like followers. Like we've observed that. What do you feel on increasing the followers? Like what are of a strategy where even as a company, how you're posting, or as a domain expert, where it'll lead to more followers per se.
Okay, like what I will think is followers growth is definitely necessary, but
Hmm.
in a priority basis, I will keep it as a second. So what
Hmm.
happens is, if we take care of the value that we are providing, followers growth will take care of itself because it
Okay.
will be like creating a kind of interested audience, kind of creating a wait
Hmm.
list for your offer, where when you launch, people should buy it.
Hmm.
I will see followers like that. So
That's
subconsciously
right.
it will affect definitely, like when someone lands on a profile and see like only 1,000 followers, it is not going to connect. The expertise versus the authority,
Hmm.
like the social numbers you have, is definitely not going to connect. But
Hmm.
what matters here is the value of the content that you are providing should accumulate the people
Hmm.
around your brand who are interested in your
That's right.
offer.
That is, I think, where LinkedIn would differ than a YouTube. So YouTube, when you have the video in your feed, you know a certain amount of views on it, right? So that could be a subconscious bias. You say that, oh, not so many views, must not be a good video, or whatever. But
Exactly.
on LinkedIn, it just comes in your feed. Or the algorithm serves it out to you, and then if you have certain time on the screen, it calculates that, right? That you are
Yes.
seeing it or something. So that is where, like, I feel there are more props now for the emerging creators here, because that number bias generally on LinkedIn is not there. So if a particular content piece is hitting with a particular TG and it's being pushed by LinkedIn,
Yeah,
then
LinkedIn is also working on
it'll
that,
work out.
like optimizing the feed content. LinkedIn started
That's it.
asking some polls whether this post is resonating with you or not.
Hmm.
If it is resonate, is it because of the topic or because of the author? So based on
That's
that
right.
vote, LinkedIn is also customizing the feed. So down the lane,
Yeah, yeah.
based on your preference, the post will be there.
That's right. That's
The
right.
more you will reach your target audience based on the content that you
Hmm.
are creating.
That's right. That's right. Definitely in the followers aspect, I feel people generally don't want to follow a company. That's what I observe.
Yes.
If by chance, okay, it's they will follow only if they maybe are looking at
If it's a
joining the
big company
company.
like Slack
Yeah,
or
they
HubSpot.
yeah, because then it's something like their job postings would come in it or something other,
Yes.
which then you can, it's like a activity of kind of appeasing, like where okay, you're just liking that particular post of that so that they take a notice, HR or whatever person there is who's handling the social media. So yeah, that is there. But generally, okay, if you are having a normal content creator, I would say the 4 5 posts, where's where the consistency would come. So if there are 4 to 5 posts they're coming in the feed and you are giving that value, and it has happened over a period of 30, 40, 50 days or something, and you are seeing them because they're remembering also, they say I should just follow that person so I don't miss the
Yes.
post, right? So that would automatically happen. So that is where definitely, but comparatively I would say it is LinkedIn, there is more chance of the person following you compared to on his YouTube and all, and you
Definitely.
as a working professional, because YouTube, Instagram, then those entertainment aspect, production aspects come too much more, right? So that will they'll get swayed and they are in that relaxed, entertaining mode and just mindless viewing mode. But here it's more focused. I feel a LinkedIn audience, in terms of even say for followers, if you take, they have a higher ability of monetization compared to other
Yes.
platforms.
Yes.
So
It's also based on the
that is,
content that you're putting.
there cannot be a bigger carrot for having a proper content marketing strategy on LinkedIn, because the
Yes.
follower is more, you would say, valuable in every aspect compared to on other platforms.
Yes.
Awesome. So it's been a great session here, podcast with Kanishka Gopal. Thanks a lot, Kanishka. Yeah, you've taken out your valuable time for this
I
particular
love
podcast.
sharing this. Thanks a lot for giving me the chance.
Definitely. And Kanishka, anything to the audience you want to share about, how they connect with you? Also, a little bit breakup of the services and what kind of people you kind of approach more to, connect with in general.
Yeah, I would help like more of the service based businesses who are coaches or consultants. I'm happy to help them to build the content funnel that I am using right now. So to get more audience and build a kind of waitlist kind of followers
Hmm.
that they can monetize down the line.
That's right. And you're active mostly like on LinkedIn only?
Yes, only on LinkedIn, and also I'm focusing on Instagram, but mostly it's on LinkedIn.
That's right. That's right. And in general, like if you categorize certain people who have taken your services or more likely to, you could just say that audience also has a bit of an idea of that.
Like, can you repeat that?
Like a particular, say he's a CEO of a startup in a particular domain. These are more likely to, you can help them more.
Yeah, those who are into marketing as a founder, like a B2B founder, or those who are into marketing, or those who are into service based, even a freelancer or a coach who are giving some transformation to some other people, consultants, I can help these kind of people to get generate leads on LinkedIn.
That's right. Awesome. Thanks a lot, Kanishka. And to the audience, thanks a lot for joining us for the MI podcast. A lot of more interesting episodes coming up, people in marketing, media, and a lot of interesting things. I've had in person ones also, and people who are interested in other cities like these online ones. And they share the unique perspective, also more deeper knowledge into the domain that they are working in. Thanks a lot. Please, follow us on various. We are on all the podcast platforms that are there, and also on YouTube. You can subscribe to us. You can definitely go ahead, connect with me on LinkedIn, and we can look at collaborations as well. Thanks a lot for your time. I'll see you all. Take care.